Welcome to MINDSHOCK. A heavy, heavy day today with the news of Chuck Norris's passing. The one, the only. Probably the last of the OG action heroes. Now, we're going to have to put aside some of the comments this man has made about both Bruce Lee after his passing and about the great one, Steven Seagal. We're going to put that aside for today to pay tribute to one of the greatest American action heroes of all time. A man who it must have been very difficult to make it to the 2020s with what America has turned into, a cesspool of soy and degenerate filth. I mean, it must have been tough for guys like Chuck Norris. Growing up and, serving in the military and coming back to the U.S., becoming an action star, trying to really mold the next generation to be honorable, principled human beings. I mean, how many times has this guy even smoked or drank alcohol on camera? I mean, this is one of the few guys who really tried to be an actual role model. Now you have this next generation of like UFC fighter goofs, all tatted up, throwing up middle fingers and middle school profanity left and right. I mean, there's no honor in the UFC for the most part. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It must have been tough for him as well. And today we pay homage in typical MINDSHOCK fashion with logic and reason at the forefront. You want to help support the podcast, you can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Patreon. Patrons do get priority for case topic, logical analysis, co-podcaster requests. You could also be a guest in the podcast depending on your tier. Questions, comments, theories, thoughts, suggestions, rebuttals, debunkings of any kind, leave them in the comment section. Unless, of course, you're with us here live, drop them in the live channel. I'll try to get to all of them. You can also become a YouTube member right here on YouTube. Help support the channel that way. Welcome, Run Boston Bear, The Fallen Slaves Us All, Flat Bob, Sarah Catherine. Run Boston Bear saying, ghosts sit around campfires telling Chuck Norris stories. I actually don't think I've heard that one before. That's hilarious. One of the funniest ones that just always cracks me up is the boogeyman checks under his bed for Chuck Norris. And Superman wears Chuck Norris pajamas. When those first came out, I mean, I don't know how many years that's been. Flat Bob says everybody thinks he died. He just decided to use 2% of his power, and nobody can even fathom it. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. So, shocking admission. I'm gonna give a clue as to my age. I was not alive when Bruce Lee died, and I don't know. I don't think any celebrity death really hit me until this one. I have to say, this one has actually affected me a bit. For a few different reasons other than who he was and what he did. Because, I mean, details are sparse. I said I was not alive when Bruce Lee died. And no, I was not born the second after Bruce Lee died. So, yeah. I mean, I don't want to turn this into some kind of exposing of the medical cartel, but let's take it one step at a time. Yeah, I'm shocked too, Chin Chin. I mean, I really can't recall. I think this is going to have the same weight as Van Damme or Stallone or Schwarzenegger, and of course Steven Seagal passing. I mean, but they're all still alive. They're the OG generation. I mean, technically Norris was their second gen. The OGs were like Bronson and Clint Eastwood, and Eastwood is still alive, right? I think that's kind of the other shocking thing, that Eastwood is alive and Chuck Norris is not. Eastwood is 95 years old, and he's still alive. from what I can say. It's not been reported. And he's still working, too. That's the thing. I mean, Chuck was relatively quiet for a long time. I mean, I guess he was just kind of enjoying his life, but, seemingly he was very capable. The Fallen Slaves of Saul says, I still have my total gem. Chin Chin says, I thought it was very odd he went to the hospital and died. A textbook coincidence theorist friend of mine was like, sometimes family just wants privacy. No cause of, yeah, that's the other reason. No cause of death, no cause of hospitalization either. So a lot of times, normally you only see this with celebrities when there's drug use or suicide involved or something untoward. Something untoward, or they were battling some illness that wasn't public. And there was a complication and they didn't want to go public. So Norris, by all accounts, was very healthy. And supposedly there was a complication in his treatment. So my question is, if he hadn't gone to the hospital, would he still be alive? Now, if you followed MINDSHOCK, we expose all government corruption here, the big pharma cartels. I mean, the American Medical Association admits that Western medicine, doctors and hospitals, are the third leading cause of death. And those are only the admitted numbers, so those aren't the ones that they didn't admit to being at fault, which doesn't mean they weren't at fault. And that doesn't factor the conditions caused by following their advice that necessitated the treatments that ended their lives in the first place. Because again, the Amish don't seem to be having a lot of problems. Not just healthier overall, but healthier in old age. They're not hooked up to machines. They're not artificially alive post even 50 years old. I don't want to go through all the receipts here. I will put them up in another podcast. I think I already went over them before. I know a lot of coincidence theorists, goofs, and bootlickers, all the big pharma bootlickers are going to say, oh, where's the source? Source. Derp, derp, source. I bury these goofs in receipts, all from their own sources. All from CDC, American Medical Association sources. So, yeah, those goofs. But, yeah, that's a huge question mark, obviously. And unless he was ill for a long period of time and he didn't want to publicly disclose it, that would be less shocking, obviously. The guy's 86 years old. But just the fact that he was in such good shape. Let's go through, I'm going to show some videos of him just from a few days ago. Just from days ago. And obviously people do have medical events at that age. But how many of them are in the shape that Chuck Norris is in? Like, maybe he had some kind of physical accident or something? I mean, nothing was disclosed. So, yeah, I mean, we have no idea why. I'm just going to go over some of his most recent videos, and then we're going to go into the life and times of the one and only Chuck Norris. But yeah, when did Bronson die? Because Bronson, I remember watching The Last Death Wish. I mean, man, Bronson was awesome. Charlie Bronson. Yeah, I can't recall anybody else. I mean, Dolph Lundgren too is going to be pretty sad. But yeah, this is probably the first celebrity death that actually kind of affected me. Bronson died. Wait, he died in 2003? Really? I don't even think I saw the news. Because I don't even recall. He died aged 81. August 30th, 2003. I think I might have just assumed he was already dead because he was already so old in the Death Wish movies. So yeah, and also again, I wasn't alive for the first part of his filmography. So Emperor Lord Zed said Chuck got the jab. Did he really? No way. $6 years ago. So he had COVID 6 years ago. I don't see anything about him getting the vaccine. He got a COVID diagnosis 6 years ago, but I mean, most people did. The jokes at the time were Chuck Norris doesn't die from coronavirus. Coronavirus dies from Chuck Norris. So, yeah. I see here reports that he never got the COVID vaccine as of 3 years ago. I mean, this is all just hearsay. I have no, I don't see any verification. Does anybody have a link? I mean, if he was he's already in his 80s when getting infected with COVID, that would put him in the highest risk group, and apparently he had no issue. No issue with the coronavirus. So yeah, I'm putting up some clips of Chuck Norris from even just a couple days, from days to weeks prior. And let's see here. There was also a report that he was in good spirits. I remember. I don't know if that's been scrubbed already, but I remember reading something yesterday on how he was in good spirits after being at the hospital. What did they do to him at the hospital? I mean, I brought up the stats before. The emergency room is more dangerous than an Afghan war zone, a Middle Eastern war zone. You're more likely to die. So yeah. So this was, I believe this was the most recent. This was just a couple days ago. I mean, he does not look 86. He could easily be 70 here.
I don't age. I level up.
Well, here he looks a bit older here. He looks like he could be 80 here.
Hi, son.
Hi, Dad. What are you doing?
Just warming up.
Oh, I see that. All right, you have fun.
Sure will. Did you know that I can build a snowman out of rain?
Hello, friends. I hope you're all well. What a beautiful day out here on the ranch.
He does look like he has a little bit more of a gut than he did a couple years ago, though. That does look a little weird. Perhaps he did have some kind of illness that was undisclosed. He does not look that healthy right here. This is in the weeks prior, days to weeks prior. He did not have that gut even what, 1 or 2 years ago. He did not have that gut.
You know, you think you could take me on? You know what happened to the last guy who said that? Yeah.
Good one.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Come on.
A good run.
Did you know that I got bit by a king cobra? And after 5 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died.
Hello, friends. Come on a walk with me this wonderful evening.
He looks like he aged a lot this past year. It's kind of sad because in the years we've gone over his videos before, like over the past couple years, and he looked like he was in great shape. But these past few videos, he definitely looks a lot older and slower.
Well, it seems another year has flown by. Life can bring its hardships, but know there's always light at the end of the tunnel. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Stay safe and all the best. Your friend, Chuck Norris.
That's so sad. Wow. Wow. Welcome, interesting stuff. Flatman B, La Xylophone. Les Xylophone says, show him in Return of the Dragon. We're going to go through a lot of stuff. I mean, he, you know, another just absolute pioneer of so many things, including the drop kick through the windshield. I was a big fan of him drop kicking people through windshields, through car windshields. I mean, he did that. We actually went over the whole history of that. Hold on a second here. Yeah, so this video is from... This video, he was 82, so this video is from 4 years ago right here. So this is from 4 years ago. Yeah, he looks a bit better, and I mean, this is just 4 years ago. How many 82-year-olds are rolling and falling like that, and jumping and kicking? And he doesn't look anywhere near that old here. I mean, he aged a lot over the past couple years. Yeah, I mean, maybe he was fighting some kind of undisclosed illness. Emperor Lord Zed said, and Sly and Arnold Seagal. TJ Hoff said, he lasted so long because he kept his muscle. My dad, when he passed at 83, was very frail. Yeah, you got to load up on that creatine. Have you guys looked at the creatine studies coming out? Like, not 5 grams. You got to go to 20. When you're over, like, 60, you got to be, maybe even 50, you should be moving to 15, 20 grams of creatine and just constantly increasing to prevent your muscle breakdown and to continue to build muscle.